they have made fun of everybody in prominence in Australia, Rudy Giuliani, Donald Trump, Kim Jong-un, and the way this works is they satirize the physical characteristics of someone. So if you have big ears in the cartoon, you're going to have even bigger ears. If you have really huge hair in the cartoon, you're going to have even more ridiculous hair. If you are fat in the cartoon, you're going to be even fatter than you are in real life. The reason why satirical cartoonists exist is to puncture the ego of the super famous and try to bring them back down to earth. It is a characteristic that has existed in Western civilization politics for as long as I can remember, and certainly all the way back in American politics to the earliest days of our republic when cartoonists regularly satirized really popular people, right? George Washington, satirized. Abraham Lincoln, satirized. And they were made fun of based on their physical characteristics to a certain extent. Barack Obama was mocked by cartoonists as well. And this raises, I think, an interesting question. First of all, I want to give props to the Australian newspaper that made the decision to continue to not run from criticism on the internet and did a front page putting all of the cartoons they have done. I am a free speech absolutist. I believe when you decide to satirize something, whether it's the Prophet Muhammad, whether it's Jesus, whether it's the President of the United States, whether it's the Prime Minister of Canada, whoever it is, you have to apply the same satirical standard to everyone, regardless of their race, regardless of their gender, regardless of their ethnicity, regardless of their sexual orientation. I believe in a South Park-styled American and world satire where no one is treated differently based on their characteristics. Now, what we have created in this world, and this is a fascinating departure over the last 50 years, far left-wingers in this country have started to infiltrate sports, and what they are arguing for is a different standard of speech predicated on who the person is, what their identity is. I fundamentally reject that idea because I think it flies in the face of equality, and this is important. I think it also delegitimizes the attempt to equally treat everyone because it sets up special rules that exist for people based on their identity, i.e. something they cannot control. Okay? To me, this is fundamentally a major issue that we face in America today. And Serena Williams is an example of it. We have gone, in the space of 50 years, and this is the history major in me talking, from the civil rights movement being predicated on fearlessness, bravery, and a demand for inclusion and a seat at the table, to 50 years later, 50 years after some people's grandparents walked into the face of snarling dogs, were beaten, were shot at, were killed over their quest for equality. We have now created a society where everybody is so afraid of having their feelings hurt that they curl up in the fetal position and point at someone anytime something negative is said about them. That is not the way to bring about equality. That is not the way to bring about toughness in American society.